When I first opened this game, I have been greeted by body type A, body type B, and ugly women. And I knew this game is the soul of California. It is exactly the type of culture that America is proud to present. And I generally like, what do they have against ugly women? I know on this channel I keep asking, but like, when you see the Diablo 2 remake, their first issue was with the Amazon. I want to know who the HR lady is at Blizzard. I want to see and ask her, why are you so jealous? Why are you so jealous of her pixels? Do you have an issue with it? Like, is there something that I can help you with? Like, is your self-confidence that low that you have to go down to the artists and bully them in order to draw the Amazon man? Like, how insecure? Oh, when you're in California now, you must be incredibly insecure. Now, the reason I bring this up is because back in the 90s, you had video games that sold for two things because they were edgy, right? Like, they were pushing boundaries, and they were renowned for two things: sex and violence. If you play Diablo 1, you will notice that there are actual naked ladies within the game. Because it's a mature game. It's supposed to be played by adults, not children. Okay? So the succubus in Diablo 1, I don't even know if I can show it on YouTube, is a lady that is naked. Now, granted, with the pixel graphics at the time, it didn't look great. But you get to see that with Andariel as well. And the HR lady with low self-esteem was so ashamed of Andariel, they had to dress her up. So again, you got like these issues with these people that are behaving like children. Like, children aren't supposed to see naked people. So in a game that's designed for a mature audience, they have to cover it up. Okay, so we can't sell the game based on sex. I mean, there are other games from South Korea, like Lost Ark, who I know people go out of their way to purchase it just because of the graphics. There's nothing wrong with this. Like, if you think it's sinful or it's problematic for someone to do something like this, let me know why. Should it be illegal? Should we call the cops on them? Huh? Like, is that the problem that we're having? I don't know. But obviously, people aren't edgy enough. I do think that the modern woke culture in America literally despises the heterosexual man. Like, anything that the heterosexual man likes needs to be treated as evil, as sinful. Everything else should be promoted. So, they can't sell the game because of sexuality. Alright, can they sell it because of violence? Well, for some reason in Diablo 4, the violence is also nerfed. I don't know why, though, because progressives are fine with violence. I mean, we get to see the TV show Walking Dead, you know, going around bragging how they made the zombie brains and how much effort they put into making it as realistic as possible. And Mortal Kombat talks about the same stuff. So, like, violence is fine, but when you play Diablo 4, dismemberment is almost not even there. The level of blood that you get to see isn't even good for a video game that's supposed to be violent. So they tone down one of the biggest selling points, which is for teenagers, right? Like, sex and violence. This is why, like, American slashers exist for a reason. Like, when I was 16, I remember going to watch Nightmare on Elm Street and Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and those movies sold. Went around the world specifically because of sex and violence. But again, went into a new era where model citizens take lessons from China on how we need to behave, and we need to tone down all that. Right? Sex is evil, violence is evil. Okay, fine. So, you tone down the thing which, in my opinion, was the essence of edgy video games in the 90s. We can't do that. We're grown up. We're mature now. Okay, fine. The visuals, maybe, right? Like, there are games without sex and violence, but the visuals, no, it looks like shit. Everything is gray, everything is bland, everything is boring. I don't know why, though. Like, why did they decide? I guess, like, in Diablo 3, people were complaining that it's too colorful. But, like, there is a correct balance to hit between colorful and looking like shit. Diablo 2 wasn't colorful, but it didn't look like shit either. Same with Diablo 1, so I don't know. I mean, you have the technology there. There's other RPGs like Path of Exile that still manage to keep a dark atmosphere, but don't look like shit. So, okay, the visuals are bad. The characters look awful. I mean, if you put a bag over the female character's head, it improves the visual quality by a drastic amount. You get current day with the body type A, body type B bullshit. The story is bad. I mean, the developer said, oh, we wanted to make this interesting story, but like we couldn't because the HR lady was looming over us. So, alright, the story isn't edgy. Does it add anything interesting to the genre? Like maybe a new gameplay mechanic? Maybe something that was never done before? Like, no, they're playing it safe. I mean, we already have Path of Exile for that. And there must be something, right? Like, surely they had... No, nothing. The only thing that's original about this game, the only thing that's trying to drive it forward is the monetization. Like they spent a lot of effort there. They made absolutely sure that everything works perfectly. And they even go around and they talk about how they want to have annual expansion. Yes, annual expansions for this game. And on top of that, they talk about how, you know, like when you go into the... Sorry, they don't talk about, but they show like when you go into the game marketplace, like there's this lady that does card tricks and shit in order to try to convince you to buy shit for them. Dude, if you had like one skin with tits, that's all I'm asking. One skin with tits. Oh, you're a Khmer. Yes, but Khmers have money. Khmers have money. Woke people are broke. Woke people don't have money. They buy fursuits. Those cost a fortune. They don't have money to buy shit in your game. I, the Khmer, am filled with cash. There are so few companies that want to take my cash that I'm like overflowing with cash. I'm just waiting for a company to come like, give me your money and instead we're going to give you some boobies. And I'll be, yes, here you go. And that transaction will happen and that company will become rich. But up until that point, what can we do, huh? What can we do? I get to be ashamed of being a Khmer. Yes, but I'm such a wealthy Khmer. I am a rich Khmer. All rant aside, though. Besides the visuals, besides the story, besides like all of that, the gameplay is bad. Like they do not listen to the customers. The customers is begging for the company to listen to them, but instead, they just keep on doing what they want to do. And what they want to do is that they want to be a subscription-based company that happens to own a video game. That's what they want to do. In other words, pay $70 for their game, and then keep playing and praying that at next expansion they will fix it. And next expansion they cost more money to play, right? So I don't know, like maybe they will have the balls to sell it for $60. Annual expansion, very interesting. I looked at Path of Exile. It has more players actively playing right now than Diablo 4. Like, to me, that is beyond ridiculous. Diablo 4, a game from one of the most prestigious companies of the video gaming world, which has fallen lower than EA Games has ever had, is now just a commercial for a game that's more than 10 years old. This is ridiculous. How can Path of Exile have more players playing than Diablo 4? Like, people play Diablo 4 and they were thirsty for something good, so they went back to Path of Exile. Notice how Path of Exile isn't doing any of the things that I pointed out Diablo 4 is doing, which I'm pretty sure many woke people will say, oh, they don't matter, or oh, you're a Khmer. So, Path of Exile has violence in it, isn't worried about the HR lady commenting on the story, doesn't current day you with body type A, body type B, doesn't have ugly female characters in it. Like, there are some statues in Act 3 of women that look really great. Like, they're not afraid that the Scion looks good. It's not like pornographic or anything like that, but it just like looks like something you would want to behold rather than gouge your eyes out and feel the need of a patch that puts a bag over the female character's head, right? So like all of these together, they add up. And on top of that, you have good gameplay because, again, these are signifiers. Like, it shows the company isn't that woke to the point where they will fire actual good talent in order to hire people based on nepotism, people who can't draw for shit, but they're like very accurate and adequate in articulating the current modern day queer theory. So this is why that's a good game, because Path of Exile legitimately tried making a good game, and they were sure that if they build something good, the money will flow. Diablo, on the other hand, is focused on politics, on making sure that they remove jokes and offensive depictions of women from their video game, so that they hire people who think the same and they fire everyone that thinks differently. And then they're very concerned in making a good monetization system that they can attach it to some mediocre average game that they hope people will play because it's Blizzard and the game is called Diablo. Let me know what you guys think, and as usual, I will find you in the comment section. Take care.